Welcome back to art class. In this video, I'm going to show you how to draw a portrait using simple lines and shapes. If you can draw lines and shapes, you can draw anything. Usually when you watch a YouTube video on portraits, they will have you start with drawing an oval, just a basic oval shape, and then go from there. I like doing the opposite. I start with the guidelines first, and then I go around and build the oval based on what I see. So I do have a reference photo, which I'll be putting up shortly. So I'm going to go ahead and say the top of my head is going to be about right here. And then the bottom is going to be about right here from what I see. I'm going to go in and I'm going to draw a vertical line. Keep it very light. Eventually, you are going to be erasing these lines. Keep it light. So here we have my vertical line. Next, I'm going to say, okay, my eyes are going to go about right here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a horizontal line just across, just like that. Next, I'm going to say where my nose is. I'm going to say my nose is about right here. So this will be my eye line, this will be the nose line, and then down here will be the mouth line, which tells me my jawline needs to be about right here. So next, I'm going to start doing the oval. Keep in mind, again, eventually you will be erasing. So these are just guidelines. Make a mark right here for my forehead and connect it with a curved line. Notice how I went over this here. You want to try and make it to be the same amount on each side because a face is symmetrical. Unless you're an alien and have two different faces like Two-Face, it's not going to be symmetrical. But we're making realistic portraits, so you're going to want to make it symmetrical. I'm going to count about from here. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, yep, 4. So it should be good. That's how you can check it. So now I'm going to go ahead and draw a vertical line down to where I see my cheek. About right here, same amount. And now we're going to connect it using curved lines to make our jawline. Keep in mind, this is likely to change once I look at my reference photo. This is just a way to put in the details before you do the actual face. So it doesn't look quite great yet, but it's just a starting point. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and get the reference photo out, and that way you can see what I'm looking at. And I'm going to go ahead and try to draw my face using the reference. Okay. When I'm drawing portraits, I like to start off with the nose. It's also the hardest thing you're going to draw, but once you have that done, that's going to be where everything lines up with. So to draw a nose, I like starting off with a curved line. I'm going to say this is going to be the bridge of my nose. I have a very kind of thin nose that has a kind of flat shape at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead, draw the curved line right here to the bottom, like so. Kind of eyeball it. And then the other side is going to be about right here. And then it loops out into a circular thing here, like that. Alright, I see a nostril, so I'm going to go ahead and draw a nostril right there. Loop out. Try to make each one the same size. You'll notice how this one's smaller than that, so I'm going to have to go in and erase it. It just takes practice. Make it a little bit bigger. Nostril there. A little bit bigger, and then it goes into the bridge of the nose. Okay, got my nose. There's a curved line there, like that. You'll notice how this mouth, based on my photo, is way too low. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that. These are all just guidelines. The first one, which is observation. Now we're going in and drawing what we see. It was a little bit right. So this is going to be actually the bottom of the mouth, not the top. When you're shading, we're not going to start shading right now, but just a side note, usually the top of your lip is always going to be darker than the bottom. That's just how it is in pictures. So when I'm shading, this will be a little bit darker than the bottom. Okay, there's a little bit of a curved line there. And you want to keep in mind that when you're drawing your mouth, the corner always lines up with the middle of your eye. So I'm going to go ahead, just make a little guideline right here. So that's going to tell me that my circle, also known as the pupil, is going to be about right here. Has to line up with that. Okay. And then I like drawing a curved line on top. And a curved line also on the bottom. You connect it and you have a kind of a football shape. It's a weird football shape. That eye's a little bit too small right now, but we're just placing it there for now. I'll make it bigger a little bit. Yeah, those are way too small eyes. That's okay. So I see a little bit of an ear here, not a lot, because my hair is over it. Those eyes are really bugging me. We'll make it a little bigger. It's in the right place, but it needs to be bigger. That's why you should always draw light. That way you can go back and erase it with no problem. That's better. Make sure these are lined up, and they are. Okay, that bottom's not lined up. It needs to be lower. Okay, right place. Okay, I think that's as good as it's going to get. We might go back and change it a little bit, but right now those eyes are fine. Got eyelid showing there. Draw that in. Eyelid there. Got my eyelashes. Once you shade it, it'll look more like the actual photo. It's a lot easier to draw cartoons for me than it is to do portraits, but it's fun to still do those. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix that. Yep. See a curved line there. Alright, also curved line there. It kind of loops over. Alright, we got the basic face in right now. Doesn't look perfect yet, but we're going to go in and do the hairline. And I've got a big forehead, so we'll go ahead and draw that. This side has some hair looping over. There's a little bit of an ear showing through, but not a lot. And then I've got this part covered with hair. There was some whips here. And then my hair, there's a long wavy line, just like so. That loops down to my shoulder. Let's draw the neck now. Part of my neck is hidden by hair, so we'll go ahead and do that. We got kind of a sweatshirt here. This is covered with hair too. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and speed this video up because it's all just going to be here right now. And it's going to just be different wavy lines and getting the detail in. Alright, here we have a almost finished version of the portrait. All I did was make little shapes. I'll do an example really quick here. I looked at my picture and I saw, okay, there's a certain kind of wavy kind of leaf shape on my hair here. And so I went in, made that shape just like so. And inside that shape, I made curved lines close together to make the hair. It's easier when you're doing hair to break it up into different pieces using shapes, organic shapes if you will. And then doing the detail inside each block. So here, this is the width that's kind of hanging out there from the picture you see. There's actually more of it. And here we have another one that has dark hair. So we can go in, just make curved lines to make the texture of hair. This one here is just kind of out there by itself. Again, this is only the first layer. When you're drawing or doing any art has layers in it. So this is the first layer, and I'm going to go in the next video and show you guys how to make it look more realistic using value. Once again, value is the lightness and darkness of an object using light and dark. Okay, so it looks a little bit more like me now. Not quite. I still need to add a little bit more detail to the eyes to get the exact shape. But I'm going to do that in the next video. Hopefully this helped you guys break it up into different chunks. I love doing drawing portraits using line and shape. Just break it up. Alright, so that should be good. Yeah, that's good. Alright.